today? That person said awesome, everybody else just yelled. That's not a real answer. Yeah. Thank you all for joining me here today. There's so many options here at the Disneyland Resort. We're glad you chose to spend your time with Deadpool. Does everybody here like stories?
Yes!
Good. Shout out your favorite ones.
Tron!
Did you say Tron? Okay, that's a good one, I guess. Okay, we're not going to do any of what you yelled, though, because this is my show, so we're going to do what I want. This is my personal favorite story. It is a beloved bedtime tale, and it's free use, so Disney can't be sued. This story is Little Red Deadpool. Oh, so good. Why was that funny?
I don't know.
Just opening a book, jeez.
You crossed your legs.
I crossed my legs and that was funny?
That's funny.
Once upon a time. You know what? It just doesn't feel right when I do it by myself. We should all say those magical words together. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Once upon a time.
That was so bad. We're not going to do that again. Yeah. Once upon a time, Little Red set off to bring her sickly old grandmother a wonderful basket of churros. You see, Grandma was a real misanthrope who lived alone in the middle of the dark woods. Not a nice, clean, assisted living facility like most of our Mimas are forced to live in against their will. This seems dangerous, thought Little Red. But she ventured off into the woods anyway so that children could learn from her mistakes for hundreds of years to come. It's a real after-school special kind of cautionary tale. Little Red skipped merrily through the forest, right past a bunch of unnecessary exposition, and arrived at Grandma's cottage. She opened the door to find Grandma laying in a beautiful 4-poster old-timey mahogany bed. Grandma, I've brought you a basket of churros! Honestly, Grandma looked super weird. And it wasn't because she was overusing those weight loss drugs, Ozempic. No, it's because Grandma was secretly the big bad wolvie in disguise. Grandma, what blue eye contacts you have? They're cannons. Oh, and what a retro comic accurate yellow costume you finally have! Shut up, bub. It's the best I got.
Right.
And Grandma, what big claws you have! Are those vibranium? No, they're adamantium. Shing! Oh, Grandma's not an Australian! At that point, Little Red broke off a piece of the churro, dropped the basket, whipped off her cloak, ate the churro for the energy, and brought down her katanas in an X formation. Yeah, that really wasn't an Easter egg. It was just a stylistic choice because it looked cool. But Little Red looked over at Wolvie and said, "Bring it on, Peanut!" They action leaped at each other. It was a huge fight. There were katanas and claws everywhere. They destroyed all of the chairs and tables, but nobody got any splinters. The mattress was ripped apart, sending CGI hay everywhere. Which was silly because regular hay would have been 500 times cheaper to use. But you ask for a budget, you gotta spend all the money or you're not gonna get it next time. Anyway, eventually, both of the fighters grew so tired when they reached the mutually beneficial climax of the fight. And they slumped to the ground Churro, said Little Red to Wolvie, now in her regular voice because falsettos are hard and I'm starting to get lightheaded. Yeah, and so they shared that churro. They shared the churro Lady and the Tramp style as they looked around at all the destruction and pretended to see all the CGI hay. Little Red turned to Wolvie and said, you know, I bet we could fix this cabin up real nice. Grandma's probably willing to sell it. Gee, where is Grandma anyway? She's on vacation. Oh, well that's not ominous or foreboding at all. In fact, I trust you fully. You want to be roommates? Yeah. And so they were roommates. That's right. Little Red took the top bunk and Wolvie was the bottom. And they lived happily ever after. And the moral of that story, ladies and gentlemen, is honestly, get to know your grandma. I mean, you can't tell the difference between a decrepit old woman and a huge jacked man. Hugh Jackman. Explain it to the kids, they'll get it later. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining me for this story time with Deadpool.
Yeah.